Hey Robert, Florian here. So a little update. I think you're hitting with a wooden racket here, which is interesting. It's a little heavier. I guess that maybe that helps you get the racket into the racket drop, is my guess why you're trying to do that. Not a bad idea. All right, so you're doing a great job here. I mean, this is really, right to left. Now look, oops, sorry, I went too fast. So look at this racket drop here. I mean, I don't think we've seen anything like this from you this low. So, that looks very, very good. And then it's fluid as well, up to contact approximately above the right shoulder. You're hitting more of there's a little bit of a kick motion here. Seems like that's helping you, but that's totally fine. We just want you to get used to that, to hitting with a racket drop like that, and then the rest, the different types of serves and so forth, that will come naturally. I think you wrote that you're tossing a little further left now, and that's helping you. Could be the case. So, yeah, that's totally fine with me as well, as long, as the contact point remains in the acceptable range, which it is here. So, second one, again, look at this racket drop, really nice. This would be an acceptable contact point for a kick serve, right? Above your head. For first serve, we would want to be above that shoulder. But that's not really the point here right now, So I think this is excellent. This is totally fine. And we always have to keep in mind where you're coming from. And I actually couldn't find the source video, but I filmed it. And let's have a quick look here. So here's a comparison. At the top is your one of the oldest videos you sent over, maybe 2019, something like that, 18. I don't have it starting from the ready position, but we're starting here in the so-called trophy pose. But look at what happens now here. Actually, let me zoom in a bit more. Look at what happens with your racket. It starts moving here in a second. 1 second. Here we go. Okay, so it's really back to front, right? It's extremely back to front. A little bit hard to see maybe. I hope you can see it. It's very back to front. And now look at this here, okay? Look at, the elbow doesn't come around at all. And this is the lowest point the tip of your racket was here. So the racket is essentially here, And then if you compare that to this position, I mean, oh my God, the difference is night and day. This is a really good racket drop. Obviously, later on, we want to get a little further to the right, but this also has to do with the fact that you're tossing to the left here and hitting a bit of a kick. So totally fine, nothing to worry about. You don't need to obsess. We don't need to get everything perfect before we start to hit serves, right? So, I mean, just the tip of your racket is actually pointing in this direction here. So, and look at where your elbow is here, and look at where your elbow is here. So really incredible progress. Yeah, and I mean, obviously there was absolutely nothing on this serve here that you were hitting here a couple of years ago. And, this looks like some, relatively effortless power, maximizing internal shoulder rotation with these new movements. So yeah, so keep going like this.